Hey everybody, today we're going to work on mocking up the cage on the RGT Racing Jeep. Now, as you can see at the very bottom of the Jeep is my mock-up material, and my mock-up material is basically, well, not even basically, it just is coat hanger, right? And what I can do with that is I can form that in whatever way I need to give me a guideline as to the final product of the cage. I was planning on doing the cage from the inside out, but I am now more thinking that I would do it from the outside. Alright, meaning that most likely these fender flares right here, front and rear, most likely come off, and if it's really important to me, I can always make these fender flares out of the material that, the final material that will make up the cage, right? So my plan is to come down down the front right here. Let me show you. Down the front right here and then across. Ideally, I would like to make that one piece, and if I needed to have a flare here, or felt I needed one, I can always double up on the tubing right here and make that work right here. Right? So in a post-apocalyptic world, you basically have what's available. So if there was, say, that available, I would make my flares out of that, right? Okay, so and the same would be with the rear right here, where I would double up on the tubing right here. Maybe in the mind of the builder at the time, to protect the wheels, right? Because, well, in this particular application, it's just kind of like flopping around. So, but it won't be, when I'm done. There again, I can just double up on the tubing right here and go ahead and make flares with metal tubing. The tubing is going to run along the bottom right here, up, over, and around. I would like to make that part one piece with only welding in one spot. That would be optimal as far as strength goes. Then I can add in whatever I need to as far as, say, the cage up here or windshield support. Windshield support is figuring on running something up along here and up. Not sure really how I'm going to do that. But however I do it, actually this here most likely just go away. Right here. However I do it, will end up being, that's the thing about what I do, is that things are always constantly changing, and I may have one thought one minute, and the next thought I have something completely different. I'm not sure if everybody here can relate to that, but maybe it would be kind of cool to have a windshield right here that let me just put you up. might be kind of cool to have a windshield right here that I can flip forward, right? So if I flip this forward, I come across right, pretty much right about or behind where this post is, right? And with that, I can integrate these body posts that will now no longer be needed as securement for the windshield, right? So, so what do you guys think of that? I mean, you know, I'm just kind of like thinking right now. I'm most generally going to take all these flares off, if for nothing else, before just to figure out, you know, how I'm going to run that tubing. Another thing that's a real given is that if I was to go ahead and remove these doors, this body is basically just going to be, well, right now it just basically is just a visual effect, right? So in order to enhance on the visual effect, if I was to say cut these doors down, right, and put a bar up here and across and up here and across and say up here and across, up here, I mean, that would basically just give me exactly the look I think I'm going for. So with that, let's chew on that for a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna pull all the fender flares off, and next up, stick around for it. I'm going to do, I'm going to combine this video with an honor video of all the people who have supported my channel, which is extremely important to me because I'm coming into season 3. Season 3 doesn't officially start until January 10th, right? However, you may find these videos already on season 3, but season 3 doesn't officially start until January 10th, right? But before that happens, I think it's extremely important to honor the people, or at least acknowledge them, what they have given to my channel so far. These are people who have believed in me. These are people who are completely in my corner. It's something to consider if anybody out there is planning on doing their own YouTube channel. Okay, everyone, I broke away from the post-apocalyptic Jeep because I really felt that I needed to give a big old shout out to my buddy John Farber, who has donated all these tools right here to this to the channel, and he's not the only one who has donated to the channel, right? It does not take I don't know, you know, $20, $50, $100, whatever, but all this stuff he has donated to this channel. He comes up to me the other day and he says, "Hey, so what do you need?" I tell him I really could use like a, you know, a cheap welder. So he shows up today with this, right? I told him I really could use like a belt sander, and he shows up with this. He goes, "Well, how about a bench grinder?" I go, "Well, I don't know." He shows up with that. And previously, he goes like, "Hey, what else did you need?" And I said, "Well, I could use a brake." Now, if anyone don't know what a brake is, let me just hand you over to my wife, and then we'll go from there. If anybody don't know what a brake is one of these. I got a feeling that my bench, this big ass old bench that I built, that looked like it was bigger than I ever thought it would need to be, is going to get a whole lot smaller, because what this brake does is that you go ahead and you put your piece of metal in here, and you clamp it down. And this is just a cheap one, and that's fine, because you know, I'm not going to be working with really heavy material. So this cheap one, I just kind of like, you know, clamp it down here and here, whatever's in the middle, and then I go ahead and I bend it. I bend it whatever you know, degree of or angle I need it to be. So that's going to be a huge help for any future builds, right?
Right.
And as you can tell, the co-pilot is behind the camera because she's already spoken up.
Hi, everybody.
She's about to leave here to go to Washington to go see her family for Christmas. Alright, so next thing I said is that really could use a bandsaw. And then I thought again, I go like, wait a minute. No, I don't really need a bandsaw. What I need is a scroll saw that will do metal. He goes like, wait a minute, I got just what you need. So what I have here is basically it's a jigsaw. It's upside down underneath here. Oh, I'll show you underneath there. You see it?
Yeah.
Yep. It's a jigsaw that's upside down. Hold on. That's like the bracket for the sander. Alright. And what that does is it, you know, I can lift or lower this here.
Cool.
And for the small work that I will be doing with the RC cars, fabrication and everything, this will be perfect, right?
Right.
And I can change it, change the angles.
Nice.
Yeah. Supposedly, it's supposed to be able to do all kinds of stuff. So instead of a big ass bandsaw, I you know, this is actually better.
Yeah.
You know, I can put a wood blade on here. I can put a metal blade on here.
Nice.
Looks like there's a metal blade on here right now. Like a lot of people run into, like with a jigsaw, if they're cutting metal, you push too hard, bend the blade too hard, and then it breaks. Well, this has got like a backing up in here that gives it some support, so it won't break
Nice.
like other ones. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Huh?
That'd be pretty handy.
So there's that. And then for my wife's channel that's coming up in 2020, he had actually donated a router so she can do her clocks.
Woohoo!
Right? So let me just show that to you right now.
Oh yeah.
So we have this router right here.
Nice.
If we get the right attachment for it, she can bore out the inside of her wood rounds, and she can make her clocks like she wants to.
Sweet.
Everybody needs to look out for the Just Be You on YouTube.
Just be beautiful, you.
Is it what?
Just be BEE you T-ful you.
On YouTube.com.
Yeah, coming soon.
It's coming in 2020. All right, guys. Anyway, this channel would not be what it is without the support of my friends, my family. So I just want to give a big old shout out to all of them for all the support. Wouldn't be where I am right now without them, and I truly appreciate everything. So anyway, coming up next year, even though it's still 2019, this video will most likely be on the season 3 playlist. The season 3 playlist doesn't officially start until the 10th. Look for all that. Look for Just Be
Beautiful you.
Beautiful You.
You'll catch it. You'll catch on.
Yeah. Just look for Just Be Beautiful You.
Yo, perfect.
And there's going to be some extremely great tips, tricks. As far as crafting goes, that's her thing.
Jewelry making.
That's what she does.
Possibly some leather work. All kinds of fun stuff.
Keep going.
All kinds of fun stuff. I want
Great
to.
places.
Yeah. I craft. I do things in glass. I do things in metal, leather, beads, all kinds of jewelry. Like to get into some silversmithing maybe, but that's down the road. Just working on a place to call my own, and I'll start the channel before I have my official place to call my own.
Yeah, what's that place called?
It's my she shed.
She Shed.
It's gonna be a she or she shed.
Kind of like the opposite of a man
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah,
It's like a she cave.
it's a she shed, but it's gonna be awesome.
She cave.
She shed.
All right. Hey, if any of you guys liked what you saw today, and I know this is kind of different, please give a like, subscribe, share it. I will give a link to my wife's channel when she decides to put it up in future episodes. So
After the 1st of January, I'll be working on it.
yes, when she gets back home.
Exactly.
And when she gets back home, be her first video, and I'll definitely give a link to that.
Cool.
And thank you all for all your support.
Thanks, everybody.
Season 3 officially starts on January 10th. Unfortunately, I'll have to be back to work by then, but hopefully I have enough content so you keep you all entertained. So, till next time, go out and have some fun and tear up something so we can figure out how to put it back together.
Thanks again, Shorty.